welcome to another rambling review from Adventures in TV Land. Today we're going to talk about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, it starts off with a prologue that kind of sets things up. There is a submarine, a Russian submarine in the waters under the Bering Strait in Alaska in an area that they call Dead Reckoning. I'm not for sure why, but the submarine is there. It has this AI aboard, which is one of the most advanced artificial intelligence systems in the world. No one really is supposed to know that it's on the submarine, and it has been traveling around the world gathering data in the world's oceans, just doing drills. They're seeing how it does, commanding the ship, and suddenly, another ship appears. They go into evasive maneuvers. They end up attacking what they believe that ship to be. And it turns out to be it was not a ship. The AI was playing with the sonar on the submarine. There was no ship there. And the missile the torpedo that they sent ends up coming back, and it ends up hitting the submarine and sinking it. And all the people aboard die, and the submarine drops to the bottom part of the ocean. But the AI is still intact, and it's still growing and learning things. It becomes an entity into itself. And thus begins Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, the 7th Mission Impossible movie. So we find Ethan Hunt. He learns about the project. There are two keys, because you see those at the beginning of the movie that have to be put together, and those to form one key, and that key unlocks something. As an audience, we already know what those keys go to. That those keys unlock the room where the entity, where the AI is located at. The gist of the movie is it's a race to find both parts of the keys, put them together, and then also discover what the keys unlock. This film is pretty much non-stop action from start until finish. So it does slow down a little bit when it needs to give a little bit of breathing room. We do see several old characters, including Benji and Luther. They return, and there is a new character introduced, Grace, portrayed by Haley Atwell. And Grace, she is a thief. She is a master thief. Her path crosses with Ethan's path, and they end up having to join forces. I don't know what else really to say. I don't want to give too much away. There are a few other, like I said, other characters brought back from other movies. You do not have to have seen any of the previous Mission Impossible movies to enjoy this film, but if you have, it does tie things together. It makes some references to a few other films and like some of the other characters and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I will say it did feel a little bit too long. I mean, in the sense that I couldn't believe how long it actually was. Like when the movie was over, it's like, oh my gosh, that was 2 hours and 40 minutes. I did not look at my watch one time in the movie theater while the movie was going on. It's a long movie, but it doesn't feel long. So that's a good thing as well. I give Tom Cruise props himself because he's still at 60-some years old. He's doing all of his stunts. There are some pretty amazing stunts in this film. There are a few moments, there's one scene in particular. I don't know what it is with Hollywood and trains, but they can't seem to get when people are on top of trains anymore. They do not look real. Back in the day, when it was more practical effects and just, you had a screen behind you that was playing, a lot of times that looked more realistic than what it looks like nowadays. I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this a solid 8. It's not the greatest movie around, but they do a really good job. I am excited to see how things get wrapped up next year in the last part of the franchise. And that's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Thank you for watching. Until next time, that's a wrap.